Hello, how are you doing? I just made a video that showed this running. At the beginning of that video, I showed where there was absolutely no current in this battery and that the voltage was being translated into instantaneous current to run this motor. I went to shut it off and something odd happened, and I want to show you, okay? Both wires are connected to the battery. Now, we knew that there was no spark in the beginning of that first video when I showed you. I shorted out these two terminals and there was no spark. I disconnect the capacitor now. Watch this. The capacitor's disconnected. Now, does that mean that this motor, while it's running, is charging that battery? I'll leave this video up to you to decide what you think. I'm not saying it is, I'm not saying it ain't. But in the beginning of that first video I made of this setup, I showed you when I shorted out that battery, there was absolutely no current, there was no spark, no nothing. I had evidence yesterday that this motor was charging the battery. It came up and then it went from 8 volts to 10 volts while I was running the motor. But then it all of a sudden started coming down. So I figured it was just a fluke. But I know there was no spark when I shorted that out in the beginning of the previous video. And now it's running this motor. I showed when I hooked it up without the capacitor in the beginning of the other video that it barely had enough energy just to move it past the contact, and there was no sparking when it did it. So please, if you haven't seen the other video, it's the other video with this setup. It'll make more sense if you watch that video first. Alright, well, thanks for watching. God bless, and you all have a great day.